Hey everyone, welcome to AI Shortcuts to Work Smarter. I'm Madalyn Skylar, and today we're going to talk about a variety of things when it comes to AI, different tips, tricks, and advice that will help you work smarter, not harder when it comes to your business and everyday life. I've been playing with the new Magi version 3 that's out on beta right now. It's going to come out to all customers soon, but I have the early access. I've been having so much fun with it. I've been showing you guys the last few weeks a few things with it. I'm going to show some more stuff today. If you're new here, welcome. I help creators and entrepreneurs get more done with their AI to help boost productivity without feeling so overloaded. I know we all just get so overloaded every day that we're on here because there's just so much and it's really hard to keep up with it all. And from time to time, I throw in a dash of social media know-how because, that's my background for the last several decades. And I still come across interesting things that relate to social media that also help us with our AI. So sometimes there's just interesting things to discuss with that. Now, this live stream is brought to you by our Skool community, AI Shortcuts to Work Smarter. You've got to come join us if you haven't already. It's free to join. I'll have it on the ticker in just a moment here. And let's bring up our group of amazing panelists today. Hey, everybody. How are y'all doing? It's good to see you.
Good to see you.
And I'm sure because I know some of you all are have your own Skool communities like I do. Those new analytics, whoa, with the growth, and you can see where people are coming from to your Skool community. That's amazing. I'm super excited about that.
For sure.
Have y'all seen it? I know, Barbara, you've written about it.
Jim, I have to go look at it now that I saw Barbara shared that with us. So
yeah, I'm not there enough. Mostly, on Substack and other socials, but yeah, I want to do more there. I pay the monthly charge to create a book marketing chat group, but I just haven't had the time.
Yeah.
Did you go with a hobby level or with the pro level?
It's $9 a month. I don't know what that is.
Yeah, that's the hobby level.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, they make it so affordable now for everyone with the $9 a month plan versus, the $99. But, you do get more features with the $99. But for $9 a month, you get almost all the features. And then let me show you the difference with the new analytics between, because, I have two communities on Skool. One is with the hobby plan, the $9 a month, which is this one. I had adjusted it because I'm not really, this is a free community for anybody here watching this to join us. And since I'm not monetizing it at the moment, there's really not a need for me to be, going that route like I was. And so I wanted to make it a little bit easier for now. I can always change it, which is good. But for now, so for those that are new here, be sure to come join us on Skool. Just go to my bit.ly link, bit.ly/Madalyn Skool, or you can go to skool.com and go search for AI Shortcuts to Work Smarter. But let me show you what so the analytics, this brand new feature depends on which type of an account. So because this is my $9 a month plan, when I go into it, this is what I'm going to see. And it's only going to show me the growth of my community with this just directly with Skool. So basically it's letting me know that, 5 signups through the Skool network. It's not going to show me the others. And people have been trying to guess like, oh, that looks like Snapchat, but it's all random. So, it's making me go like, maybe I should go revert back because I would like to see all those analytics. It can be really important to see how are people coming to your online community. Don't y'all agree?
Most definitely. I'm excited about it. I think it's a great thing. I mean, I do have that I have analytics in my Facebook groups, and it's not differentiated between hobby and professional. And there are some things under the hobbyist level we do not get to see that you do get for the $99 a month. So it becomes even more powerful if you go upgrade the plan.
Yeah. So in my other community, like the stats are amazing because you get it all and it's showing me, and you can click on the different things like just based on the visitors, based on the signups,
Right.
based on your conversion rate. But, you know, it's a free, my other one's a free community, but I can see it's mostly coming through direct, which I use a link shortener a lot, and I have a redirect link as well. So it could be that, but Sam Evans did a good job explaining that if you use your school's about link, even though it's a longer link, it can make a difference on. But like, you know, people are visiting the about page from X. Let's see, but see, I'm not getting the signups. So this is where it can be really interesting and helpful to see. I definitely see people are finding the community on Google from a search, and then when I go to the signups, they are signing up through this, you know. So that's good to know. It's like, okay. And then like with Facebook, it's like, well, maybe you run Facebook ads. Like this can be really helpful in how you run your community. And I thought it was interesting when Sam Evans was telling the story. If you go to the YouTube channel Skool News, they always do a weekly update. And Sam was sharing the story about how the community member was doing so much on Instagram, but now that these stats are available, he's seeing he's getting it all from YouTube. And not everybody invests their time. I heard another creator say the exact same thing. She utilizes YouTube and Instagram and all that. She has it linked. She has way more followers on her Instagram. But when she looked at those growth stats, she said it's primarily coming from her YouTube channel. So interesting. It helps you kind of figure out where to direct your attention to get more of that, I think.
I track clicks for everything. I use BookLinker is free. Anyone can use it. It's obviously if you need to have a book out, but Genius Link is their paid version. They're actually my sponsor of my advertising for my Substack. And you can pretty much put any link in there, and then you can track and you can see where does it originate and also where does it end up. So it's really helpful. If all of your clicks are coming from Facebook, then that's where you need to be spending your time. So I think anyone who's not tracking clicks, you're doing yourself a big disservice. I didn't for a long time.
Yeah, I agree. I agree. And if anybody wants to start their own Skool community, you got to check this out. This is such a great thing to be doing. I realize I don't have my link in a banner to put up. Oh, here it is. I got it. So yeah, if you want to start your own for as low as $9 a month, go to my bit.ly, bit.ly/join Skool today. You will not be sorry. It's an amazing platform. I've been using it for years now for my own communities. And I love having a place for this community on the Skool platform. So check that out. Y'all, I've been like busy with all kinds of things. There's lots happening, lots going on, a lot of stuff just happening today. That's why I always tell you all that I don't always have the agenda ahead of time because things will change. And we'll go through some of the different things I want to talk about and share with y'all. But first, I put out a tweet the other day. When was it? I think it was, a couple days ago, about whisper flow. You'll hear me talk about whisper flow all the time. It's hands down the one tool that I use constantly for everything because it is the voice to text, but it's so different than all those typical ones that we've seen. And I decided to make like a thread about it, kind of sharing more about how I use it. And I've been using it for 8 months now, which it just, I realized very quickly I can't go very long without using it. I was using their free account. There is a free, and they do have paid versions. And I was doing the free account to try it out after trying all the other voice to text. And I was so impressed at how well it worked. And then with the free, you get so many words you can do as the voice to text. And then you have to wait for it to reset the next month. And after several weeks of doing this, I'm like, oh my gosh. I was like, I think I went like one whole day without it. I'm like, I think I'm going to sign for the Pro. And the Pro is like $12 a month. It's not like it's one of those, here I'm trying to have less subscriptions, but at least this one was low cost and is something I just can't live without. I use it constantly, and I use it for everything. When I'm doing my emails, when I'm doing posts on my social media, when I'm working in documents, my DMs, my scripts for AI, YouTube scripts. I mean, working inside of AI, I do it for everything. And I don't have to do all the typing. That's what I love about it. And on my Mac, I just hold down the FN key and talk. And if you're on a PC, then you know it's a different key, and you can choose what key you want as well. And I mean, it helps me be so much faster in my productivity. And the thing is, it's not just like those typical voice to text where it just transcribes, and it's not always great transcription. That's what I did not like about all the others. I pretty much tried them all. This one works with how you talk. And if you make a mistake, even in the middle of a sentence, it will fix it. It uses AI to kind of fix those little things and clean it up. And that's what was so amazing to me. And it's not perfect, but it is really, really well done. So when I posted this 2 days ago, I said after 8 months of daily use, I checked my stats. And in this a period of time, I've used 226,000 words. And my average at that moment when I checked the stats, my average is 148 words per minute. Normally our typing is a lot lower than that. So because I took a screenshot to show this, and I have an updated one as of this morning. I'm going to show you in just a moment here. It works on Mac, Windows, iOS, and Android is coming. They're doing a beta. People can sign up to be on the wait list right now for the beta of Android. I use this on everything in my Mac. It's not just a few tools. Anything I'm on in here, doesn't matter what tool I'm in, doesn't matter where I'm at. And same thing with my phone. It works inside it all. So if you want to check it out, I got the link on the screen. I highly recommend trying that free account. Play with it. Trust me, you'll love it. Here are my stats as of an hour ago. 32 weeks, 230,000 words, so even way more words since 2 days ago. And at the moment, my words per minute, 161. Who can type anywhere close to 161 words per minute? I mean, I'm a fast typist, and I tell you what, I can't even come close to that.
My wife can do higher than that in shorthand.
Interesting. Yeah, shorthand.
It's over 200 words a minute because she's typing as people talk in the courtroom.
Yeah, shorthand was like that. I remember like that was like a big thing for like just in general. I remember the shorthand pads; those were real popular back in the. I remember my mom used to do a little bit of shorthand.
Never lose those skills. That's what I started with. The kind that you use the pad with. We go back to the 60s on doing that, and so I still can be. But I can't do that fast, Madalyn. And I think it's interesting though that I wear my keyboards, the paint off of my keyboards about every 6 months. So.
Interesting.
I know that the fellas I work with, they talk about, smoking fast, and, it's like if I get a jam in a keyboard, it's like murder. Because I'm like, if you got dirt or like a cookie crumb or something like that.
Right.
God forbid I do something like that. But
yeah,
definitely, I think Whisper Flow is excellent. I mean, I'll be honest, I haven't tried it because, I have that built-in Microsoft that I use it in, but I've seen you be much more hello, Barb, productive using Whisper Flow with all the different tools you're using, simultaneously. So,
well, before I started using it, when I was in ChatGPT, I always pressed that little microphone button because that's a voice but the thing is, it's not going to use punctuation. It's every mistake you make, it's going to put it in there. That's why I like just pressing the audio button and just talking to ChatGPT. But now that when I first got Whisper Flow, whenever I would make myself not type, and I would just use it instead of the little microphone thing with this voice of text. And at first it felt weird, like instead of me pressing their mic, I'm pressing my Whisper Flow, my FN key on my keyboard, and it's so much better. And seriously, you can like mess up in the middle of it and it can fix it. But again, it's not always perfect, but it most of the time it gets everything right. It gets the punctuation, but it's still faster than typing, even if there's a few minor errors. I'm just blown away. I only talk about tools that I love and use every day, and I just feel like I can't say enough about it because it's that good. Like there's no way I could go without having WhisperFlow. Like it is just the best tool, one of the best tools I've ever used. There's like some new things going on in the AI world. Did y'all hear about this new Lyria 3 from Google Gemini? Have y'all heard
No.
about this? This just came out yesterday. That's why I'm saying like a lot of this stuff is just up to the minute of what's happening in the AI world. So I came across this tweet yesterday. So it's a new music generation model in Gemini that lets you turn any idea, photo, or video into a high fidelity track with custom lyrics. From funny jingles to lo-fi beats, you can create custom 30-second soundtracks for any moment. So let me play this one.
Everybody go, happy birthday, Nina! Nina, it's your birthday. Wash the dishes!
Tyler, call me back. Tyler.
Oh, that's too funny.
Call me back.
I'll be the cowboy of your dreams. Yeah, that's my cat, a furry blessing. Yeah, that's my cat.
That's for you, Rachel.
We're leaving now. Figure it out later. Leaving now and figure it out later.
Congratulations, oh shit, you make us proud, oh. Congratulations, you're finally #1.
Congratulations on being here.
That's pretty cool. What do y'all think of that? I was like, I mean, look, I used to be in the music business. I know musicians don't like stuff like this. I get it. Trust me, I get it. But that's like the whole whimsical aspect of it is pretty cool.
You know, I think that's a really good point, Madalyn. I get it, right? It's kind of this catch-22 of, yes, we respect artists and their creativity, but it was like I was showing a friend, you know, where I took a picture and I turned it into one of those sketches with ChatGPT. And realistically, if I couldn't have done it with ChatGPT, I probably wouldn't have thought of, oh, let me go find a sketch artist to turn this into a sketch for me.
Right.
And I kind of think it's the same thing with these, you know, short musical clips. Sure, it'll be fun. I love the term you use, whimsical, to send someone a photo with a short song that otherwise you wouldn't do it. You wouldn't go, oh, let me go find a musical artist to create some original thing for me. It's just, so I mean, I know there's no right answer. I'm not saying it's right. I'm not saying it's wrong, but I think people maybe will be a little bit more creative in their own mind and share things that are more connected, if that makes sense.
Yes.
To people that they care about.
That's what I see with this. I see this like, you know, like Jean said, the Ryan do the dishes. That was hilarious. But that you could have fun with this. They're only 30 seconds, so it's not like you're making a song that you know that you're going to go put on the radio. I don't know. It'll be interesting to see, but we'll show you the steps because we'll definitely try this in a moment. So you go to Google, Gemini Google, and there's now a create music where you can do this. Let me play the little video for this here. It's like a walkthrough. And it looks pretty cool. There's no sound with this. It's just a quick walkthrough. I mean, I don't think there's sound. Yeah, no sound. So we're going to try this in a moment and do the step by step. And you can see it's pretty quick. Now, I currently just have the regular Gemini, not the Pro, so I'm hoping it will still do all this. So I don't know. What do y'all think? This is like worth playing around with and trying out. I always like when they have these new things. It's like, what can we do with this? So it's going to give us some examples here. Is saying like text to tracks, describe a specific genre, mood, or topic to create unique tracks with lyrics or instrumental audio that fits your vibe. For example, create a 90s skate punk track, rock track to tell my roommate Ryan to wash the dishes, high energy, fast drums. So, and I learn by doing. I love when they have prompts and things I can just follow along and do this. And then upload a photo or video and watch Gemini analyze the content to compose a track with lyrics to fit the vibe. For example, you could prompt, use these photos to create a track about my dog Duncan on hikes in the woods. And then they got templates. And it says the tracks are generated in Gemini and embedded with Synth ID. So it has the watermark, so they're identifiable as AI. That's good.
Yeah, in my Gemini Pro, I'm seeing the create music. It's built in already, so that's pretty neat.
And so they said, so this was a tweet yesterday, is rolling out in beta on desktop today and to the Gemini mobile app over the next several days for all users. Now, the thing is, when I went into Gemini, I saw, you know what, it's not showing it now because it said new. And I was like, oh, I guess I have it. Let's see. We're going to have to. Here, Jean says, Jim makes an interesting point. It would never come to me to find a musician to create a whimsical 30-second moment. I appreciate his nod to artists. Yeah, I mean, I know artists are not fans of the whole AI thing. And I completely understand. But also, I mean, AI stuff's not going away. That we know. So yesterday I saw the create. Okay, I see it. There was like a little thing that said new next to it when I saw it yesterday, but I didn't see it. Also, let me show you one more tweet before we do it, because I did get another cool tweet about this with a really great example. All right. So this tweet is from Josh Woodward, who is VP at Google. Let me show you. He's a big deal at Google. He's a VP at Google, Google Labs, Google Gemini app, and Google AI Studio. So he did a tweet about it with his example and said he uploaded a quick prompt and photo of his dog, Oscar, the legendary shredder of all things, and instantly dubbed him the king of chaos. The lyrics were 100% spot on. So let me play this one for you. And then we'll try doing one with my dog. I thought that would be fun. I got some photos of her. I think we'll try the dog thing.
He's the king of chaos, he's the best around. The greatest puppy in the whole wide town. Pillows, blankets, he don't care. Toy stuffing flying through the air. Go, Oscar, go. Shredding everything you know. Go, Oscar, go.
Yep. You have to admit, that's pretty darn cool. That is pretty cool. So I responded to that tweet because I was like, this is really, oh, and you also, actually, you know what? Let me bring this back up because he walked through the whole thing. So he's got his prompts. And he's showing you the screenshots. And he says it works in English, German, Spanish, French, Hindi, Japanese, Korean, and Portuguese. And as I said before, it uses that synth ID for the watermark, which I think is very important. So yeah, I think we should try this out and actually, do a demo of this. I do want to point out that I did get a tweet. I commented and I told him, I said, this is so cute. Thank you for sharing. He said, thanks. Let us know how it goes for you too. So the VP of Google wants to hear from us. what we think of it. So I was very sure to tell him we're going to demo it today on our X, in our live stream. And yeah, I figured why not mention when the show is, so maybe he'll pop in. Wouldn't that be amazing? Can you imagine like getting a VP from Google to come and hang out with us while we're going to demo this? That would be really awesome. All right, so let's see if we can do this, if it will work. So let me let's pull up Gemini. But as I said, I'm not on the Pro right now. I'm just on the free. Do any of y'all have the Pro?
I do.
Because I'd be curious, like, if you want to try doing it on the Pro, and we can compare to see how this is working for each of us. That would be interesting.
I can actually share I've got it because you got me going down the rabbit hole. Let me.
I want to see what we can do on my free,
Right.
and then we can see what we can do on yours with the paid. I think that would be cool.
I have it down there if you want to share it. I haven't completed the track yet, but I kind of show you what you can do.
Well, I mean, I got like some photos. I mean, I got everything like ready. Do you want to do yours first? You want me to go mine first?
Oh, you can go ahead. I've got mine ready to hit the button when you'll see it down there in the.
Oh yeah, it just popped up. I didn't see it before. Okay, yeah, I see it. All I'm going to do is just walk through the steps, similar to what Josh did. So he was looking for a zany, sweet, uplifting. You know what I like to do, you know what, especially since we're just doing this live on the spot, I'm going to take his and just swap out a few things. So let me put, I guess I got to do create music first. And let's do K-pop. All right, so I'm going to say about my big three-legged dog. A zany, sweet, uplifting track about my big three-legged dog, Lucy. Make it sound like a 90s movie anthem. Let's do 80s. We're all about the 80s here. And we'll change it to she. She loves to give kisses and love on people. All right, and I'm going to put a couple of photos of her in here. Let's see, I should be able to just pop them in. I was prepared for this. Okay, so I believe that's all we need to do. Let's just see what happens. See if it does it. I don't know. Oh, it says it's loading Lyria. Okay. On the Gemini free, it's going to do it. I figured this would go out to the Pro users first.
I have the plus one, not
or plus, which yeah, whatever it's. Yeah, you're right. Yeah, because it says in the corner, upgrade to Google AI Plus. I had it for a while, but I don't.
I have that.
Look how quick it's already done.
Wow.
It's already done. That was quick. What were you going to say, Barb, before I play this?
I did get the plus, but I hadn't upgraded to the Pro yet, and I looked at it and I thought, not enough usage to do that.
Yeah, same here. It doesn't look like I can make it full screen, but let me play it because that was very fast. And keep in mind, this is a 30-second video. That was lightning speed.
Got a hero with 3 paws, and she's breaking all the laws of what a superstar should be. Lucy, she's our triumph on the run, a sweet kiss for everyone. Yeah, Lucy, she's our triumph on the run, a sweet kiss for everyone.
Well, I'm guessing because I'm on the free account and not the paid that I don't get the video. I just get, that. I don't get a personalized video. That was a cool song, though. That was pretty cool. All right, Jim.
All right, let's see if this works. So
what
I did is I added cinematic. I added a photo with the sunset, and I'm saying create a track to go along with this sunset photo. So we'll see what it does. Let's see. This is on the Pro.
Uh-huh.
Okay. I mean, it did say it was still rolling out, but I mean, if this was yesterday, they tweeted that. It's like, seems like it's a lot of people have it now. When I saw it yesterday, it did say new next to it. It didn't today, I guess, since I already saw it. But I didn't try play. I wanted to just save it for today to play with. Whoa, that's fast.
And so let's see what it sounds like.
So it's not doing it.
There you go. Oh,
I
and it keeps
wonder-
playing.
I wonder why it's not using. It didn't use your photo, didn't use my photo. I wonder maybe that's part of it still rolling out. I mean, you're on the Plus,
Right.
so
Yeah, that was, I don't know, that was weird because I thought it was going to put the music over the photo.
right.
Yeah,
That's what I
I
thought
did
mine would
too.
do too, and it didn't.
Yeah.
That's why this was so great that we could compare the free account versus the Plus account and see. Like, I figured yours would be different and better. And I guess
It calls it orchestral track for sunset photo, but it's not
yeah.
actually.
But you didn't give it much of a prompt. I wonder if you had more depth to it.
Right.
If it like mine made lyrics based on what I put in. That I found that interesting. I thought with yours being more generic, it would make up some interesting lyrics. Oh,
Mhm.
there's Pip. Pip has arrived.
Pip is here. We can start now.
He's our number one fan.
Look at him. He's like, no, I'm not looking at the camera today. No.
That's awesome.
You're
But
so
it
funny.
isn't that like really interesting though? I mean, I think that's like
Oh,
really
yeah.
cool.
Dear to face.
It's so cute.
Little side note, I had to take him to the vet last Saturday for a yearly
Uh-huh.
checkup. And he was purring so much that she had to like put her fingers over his nostrils so she could hear his heart because he was purring the whole time.
Aw.
Oh, not interested today. Sorry, guys.
Okay, that's all right. I know he's still our number one fan, so it's all good.
Yeah, he is. He's your number one fan. And he
I-
loves Lucy.
Aw. Lucy loves everyone. So she would love on him. She loves my dog loves everybody. It's hard to take her for a walk because she will literally go up to every single person, whether they want her to or not. I kind of gauge if I can tell they're not a dog person, then I don't let her. But most people will, because they'll see she's three-legged and they're like, oh, she's so sweet. And then she has this maneuver she does with everyone. You start petting her, she will lay on your feet so you can't move. She's that smart. Like she's like, I got them now. They can't leave. And she'll let you pet her as long as you let her, like as long as you want.
Aw.
And yeah, she's just such a loving dog. That's why I thought when I
Sweet.
saw the example Josh did with his, I'm like, oh, that sounds like fun doing one with his doing his dog. It's like I'm gonna do one with my dog.
Oh, that's funny.
But I'm
Cute.
impressed with what Gemini's doing with that, and I was impressed with how quick it did it.
So I can show you what it did, which is a little weird,
Okay, sure.
because I thought it would do something else. So let me turn it off for a second.
Yeah, bring it up and let's see.
So I told it, right? I said, combine the audio track with the sunset photo, right? So I thought it would take the track we heard
Oh, okay.
and it made a video. And this is kind of crazy.
Oh, okay.
But it's not the same music. So,
Okay. Okay.
and
Oh my gosh.
so it took VO and made a 8-second video with music. But it says I can only do 2 more videos today. But I thought that was kind
Wow.
of weird that it took the photo, but it didn't take the audio track from what it had just
Right,
made me.
right.
So,
So all you did was upload some photos.
I uploaded this one photo
One photo.
and I
Okay.
said, create a track to go along with his sunset photo. So that's what this was.
Yeah.
And then I said, combine the audio track from this is what I,
Right.
with the sunset photo. And then it came up with something completely different.
Well, it's a cool. I mean, yeah, it didn't do it properly, but the video part it made of y'all is great.
I know.
From the photo, and it was quick.
Yes.
That's super, super interesting. Well, we know with the free or the paid account, you can play with this a little bit. You're going to be limited. It probably, since I'm on the free, it probably won't let me do any more. I know when Nano Banana Pro came out, it only let me do it a little bit, and then it stopped me and wanted me to pay for it. But you're on the Plus, Jim, and it says you
Yep.
can only do it 2 more times.
Well, yeah, for today.
Oh, okay. They're limited. Well, because everybody's gonna want to go play with this, and they're being smart. Okay. I just thought just
Yeah.
2 more and you're done. All right. Let's shift gears over. Christopher, I'm glad you liked the demonstration. There's always something new with these AI tools. It's crazy. There's always something going on. Y'all know I'm a big fan of Magi. I've been using it for years. It's an all-in-one AI tool. I mean, if y'all have not checked this out, I'll put it on the ticker. If you haven't checked it out, go check it out, magi.co/Madalyn. I have a very special deal that you just can't get elsewhere, 30% off for 3 months when you use my code. The only time Dustin has used that type of discount was Black Friday. It's the only time I've ever seen him give. So I feel really special. He lets me have it as just an anytime offer for people. But let me show y'all. This is why, again, sometimes it's last minute what we're going to talk about. I was going to talk about Magi and this new beta I have because I've been playing with it. I love it. And they only right now have 100 people doing the beta test of it. It will be coming out to everybody who's currently using Magi, but it's so much easier to use. It's so much cleaner. I'm really impressed. Jim, did you sign up for the beta or no? You still haven't?
For which one?
For Magi's beta?
We have not yet. I think we're waiting for them to roll out the final version.
Okay. I know they're taking more beta, but yeah, I believe it's still the same that if you do want, well, I mean, not just anybody can do the beta, but you can apply to join the beta. It's because they have to restrict how many people can be using it right now, but I go way back with Destin, so I got the ability to play with it. But what I did this morning, literally like half an hour before this started, there was a walkthrough pop-up that came up on the version 3, and I'm like, oh, I better screen record this. And let me tell you something I learned that I did not know I could do. So the wireless mic I use on my phone, the Hollyland, I love this thing. It's the Hollyland Lark M2, which is awesome. And they have this for, like I'm on an iPhone, they have it for Android. Like you got to make sure you get the right kind because it has to do with how you plug it in, which is this thing. So this one specifically, I was using an iPhone 14. And so I had to go buy a whole nother one of these because when I switched to the iPhone 16,
that's right, USB-C,
everything changes. So I had to go buy. So I mean, I do have a couple other of these that if anybody wants to buy them from me, they're in great shape. I didn't use them very long. I have 2 different ones, and then I settled on this. But anyway, I did not know this, and I tried because the thing pops up, and when you get one of those pop-ups of a walkthrough, you're like, oh. It's going to go away if I don't do something right now. So I thought, let me screen record this. But I didn't want to set my whole podcast gear. And I was wondering, could I plug this into my MacBook Pro? But I never even thought to try that. So I did. And I could see that it turned on. I'm like, oh, but I guess I got to go into the Bluetooth and make sure. And I found a YouTube video, a 2-minute YouTube video of this gal walking you through how to go in the settings. So I made this video real quick on the fly in Camtasia with that new Rev, Jim, that Rev. I haven't really used it till now, but when I made this earlier, it came up with all the different, let me show you. Look at this layout. Look how cool that was. That was just automatic. It was like,
wow.
Which layout do you want to use? So I picked this one. There were so many to choose from. So I did a really quick on the fly. But I don't think my computer picked up this mic because I started over. I did a test with it and it worked. I'm like, well, let me start over. Let me delete and start over and make this quick video. And when I played it back, it did not sound like it was using this. And I think it was using the built-in in the MacBook. But with Camtasia, you can clean it up. And so I, clicked on a few things, a few plugins. And I mean, I think it's a little bit better. It's not as good as this mic, but it's doable. It's a very quick walkthrough. I think it's only 3 minutes long. So let me show you all real quick so you can get like a feel of what it's like being in this new Camtasia version 3. All right, so I'm in my Magi version 3 in the beta, and this just popped up for the first time. So it looks like there's a nice little welcome message with the walkthrough. Let's go through it together. So let's see. Let's walk you through how to get powerful answers, save chats, and make the AI work for your goals. Click next. So let's do a tour. I've already been playing with this, but let's see. This is your prompt box. Ask anything here is where the magic happens. So I can ask it things, hit enter. Okay, so I love with this new beta version of Magi 3 that it's just so incredible. You can just do everything in one place. It's less to look at. All right, you pick your model. So right now it's showing GPT 5.2, but yeah, you literally click on here and change to whatever chat model you want. And you pick your persona. And there's a bunch of them built into Magi, and you can build your own. That's one of the things I love about this is you can make your own, but there's so many to choose from in here. And account controls, click here to access the workspace switcher, account settings, billing. Yeah, there's so much you can do here with without being overloaded. All right, I'm all set. Your tools are in one place. Time to create, plan, and win your day. Start with, give me a content plan for next week, or click that star emoji for an enhanced prompt. So yeah, you can sit here and just start your message. And look, you can hit the attach. You got all these items in here. There's so much you can do inside of Magi. The beauty is all in one. You pay one low monthly fee and you get access to all of these. I have Claude, I can use DeepSeek, Gemini, ChatGPT, and you're getting the pro versions of these as well. There's a whole bunch of different image generators in here, some really popular ones like Leonardo. And yeah, there's just so much. Sora 2 is in here, VO. It's incredible the amount of things you can do inside this one platform. And you can even go to all capabilities to see, well, let's look at just the text to video tools. Let's go to the image to video tools. Let's just look at which ones are the reasoning models versus which ones are the agentic. It's incredible the amount of things you can do inside this platform. So hopefully this gives you just an overview of what's happening here. If you're currently a Magi user, if you log into Magi, you'll see at the top bar that they are accepting beta users right now. Pretty soon it will be available for everyone, this new version 3, but this is what it looks like. It's so easy to use. Everything is so much cleaner here. It's easy to navigate and go through your chats and your media. I'm really, really loving this version of Magi. Let me know if you have any questions. There you go. Just a quick walkthrough on the fly as it popped up on my screen. I'm like, I better take advantage of this moment. So it's just less clutter when you're on there. It's just so much easier to go through. For those that aren't as familiar, let me show you what it currently looks like. So you just saw like what being inside of it is like. Let me show you what the current version is so you can see that it's a huge difference of how just the dashboard. This is the current dashboard. So it's a lot to look at. It is hard, like too many things to figure out where should I start. I mean, of course, you just start with start a new chat, but there's just so many things. And then you got all these other things here. And, you had your personas over here, like your saved prompts. Now it's all in the chat. So instead of having to do all these extra clicks to get to, and having the sidebar
Yeah,
Were
I
you
definitely like the cleaner look. And I mean, because it's starting to look like a lot of the other platforms where you just start much simpler, right? That looks a lot like the Gemini interface, right? And
right?
I just I think that was a great move by Dustin. I wanted to ask you too, because he posted something on, maybe he posted everywhere, but I saw it on Facebook. But I thought it was really interesting how he said 6 months from now, all these people that are like trying to do all this stuff outside of the models, I guess you could say, are like gonna find out they were wasting their time.
I saw that he posted that. He's probably going to have an article to go with it. Usually when he does posts like that, there's an article coming where he fully, oh, wrong link, where he fully explains, what he's talking about. I don't know. It's a little cryptic, like, is he talking about agents? Is it the whole Claudebot thing? Because I know he has a lot of opinions about the Claudebot, and that it's like, I'm not going down that rabbit hole. Did y'all see that article from, who was it that just posted? I know, Barb, you saw it. I know you had commented on it or liked it or something. Mitch Jackson. He did an incredible commentary. It's in our school. We just don't have time to talk about today. And it's a rabbit hole I'm not going down. That Claudebot, I was already hearing things about it like from the start, like don't go down that road. But Mitch Jackson wrote an incredible piece. He's an awesome attorney out of California that specializes in technology and stuff like this. So I listened to him and he's like, yeah, don't do it. There's a lot of issues with it. One thing I want to show you, and I know we're already getting close to the top of the hour, I want to do this really cool, quick demo in the new Magi that I was playing with. One of the issues I run into with like if I'm in ChatGPT, I'm using my ChatGPT Plus account, and one of the things I would run into is, being able to easily pull a transcript. Like with a YouTube video, they nowadays you can get the transcript of a YouTube video, and Dustin with Magi has always said that if you put the URL of the YouTube video and it has access to the transcript, like if there's a transcript on the YouTube page, it can pull it in. You don't have to copy and paste it. And whereas with ChatGPT, until recently, you'd have to copy and paste it in or go get a transcript somehow. If it's your video, you'd have to get your transcript and then upload it. It was a lot of extra work, but with Magi, you put in the URL. And for me, it was hit or miss, but I think it really depended on, was the transcript even available in a YouTube video to begin with? Well, now I've come to find out with this new version 3, when I had my personal walkthrough with Dustin last week, he was telling me that it can pull in the transcript of any YouTube, TikTok, and Instagram video, like all the social media platform videos, probably Facebook as well. I just remember he specifically said YouTube, Instagram, TikTok. He probably, I'm sure he said Facebook too. He might not, I don't know. But he said basically they all can do this. And I'm like, well, let's put this to the test, because with ChatGPT, now it can do it. You have to have like if I'm in the ChatGPT Atlas browser, that now when you're on a YouTube video, it's like a little button at the top that says transcribe to let you know it can get that transcript. But also you can just tell it to, like, please get the transcript and then whatever information you want. Well, there are lots of times where I want to utilize these video transcripts. But now with TikTok, there was a really good video I was watching the other day. Let me just play a few seconds, or like just a little bit of it, so you can see what it is. And then I'm going to show you how I went into Magi and was able to get the transcript, because in this video, she gives a prompt, but she says it, and it's like, well, I want that prompt. Let me just get it pulled out of the transcript. So let me show you real quick. I'm not going to play the whole thing, but let me just play some of it.
Up so much history and context with it, and you dread If you dread leaving ChatGPT because you've built up so much history and context with it, and you dread restarting that with a new LLM like Gemini, Claude, or DeepSeek, I'm going to show you how you can export your conversations from ChatGPT to the new model. So in ChatGPT, open up your settings, click data control on the left sidebar, and you'll see the option to export your data.
All right, I'm going to stop it here for a moment. So I want the transcript. She gives a couple of different ways of taking your data from ChatGPT over to another model. And I did this as an experiment to see, well, would this work if I go into, and I'm doing this with the new beta, but I believe it works with either or. But let me show you when we're it's going to do a live demo real quick inside the beta version 3 of Magi. So cool thing, when you put the URL in, Dustin was showing me there's 2 ways to put in the URL. You can hit the plus button and it says video link. So I can click video link and it says paste in your video here. But normally what I always did, if I have a URL, I'm just going to do copy and paste. Now, when I copy and paste that URL into the Magi version 3, you can see it. Notice it's a TikTok. Do you see the little TikTok? I know it's small on the screen. It's in red. It's the little TikTok icon, and it's showing it right here. And now I can give it my prompt. So my prompt is going to be, what's most important in this video, and give me the prompt that she reads off. And I just have it set for GPT 5.2 with the assistant persona. So let's click that, and it's thinking right now, and it's utilizing that TikTok file. And there it goes. It's telling me what's important, gives me a whole breakdown of what was important in this video. And then here's the prompt she read off, and this was the part I wanted. So she says this part a little later in the video. She says, write a complete and thorough biography about me based on all of our conversations. Ask me clarifying questions about anything you're unsure about that is important and should be included. And she's saying in this video, and I'll have links to this over in my YouTube later, but she was stressing that if you go and just have, like, say, ChatGPT, you go in to export your data, there's going to be a lot of stuff. There's going to be a lot of bulkiness to it, and it may not be exactly what you need to transfer over. And for some of us that have been on AI for like 3 years, more than 3 years now, it's going to be a lot of content in there. So that's when she talked about just give it this prompt and have it, if you've been using an LLM for some time, like I've been using ChatGPT a lot for brainstorming, so it knows a lot about me. So I tried that out. I went to ChatGPT with this prompt here, that instead of having to write down as she's saying it, and I'd probably have to stop and rewind a few times. Sometimes these AI creators will screenshot it and put it on the screen, but some of them do it for like literally half a second.
Mm-hmm.
So you have to go back and try to tap on your TikTok to make it pause right when they do that. I came across that yesterday with an AI creator. He kept doing that in his videos. I'm like, oh my God, it's like, show that for more than half a second. But oh my gosh, this is way faster. Just let it go get it for you. So now I have this prompt. So now I could take this, go over into my ChatGPT, give it this, and have it give me this full biography of everything it knows about me, and then have it ask me questions like it was saying, clarifying questions. So it can paint this picture. So I'm still playing with that, but so far I've had ChatGPT give me this big biography about me. And so next step is going to be for me to go through and answer all the questions. I'm actually going to make a video about it, and I'll have I should have it for either tomorrow on the Skool Hangout chat, and if not, for sure next week when we come back here. But I want to continue with those clarifying questions so it has as much information about me, and then I want to go take it over into Magi and put it into Claude and see like how that goes. And if it could like pick up where it left off over there to here with Claude, and see, because so many people say Claude writes better. ChatGPT good for
Yeah,
brainstorming.
I've been hearing people say, "Oh, I'm breaking up with ChatGPT and going over to Claude."
Really? See, I've been getting that too. And
Yeah.
it's so funny because we all just go back and forth. I mean, I've stuck with ChatGPT for quite a while. I used to go back and forth between ChatGPT and Claude. And there was a time I was using Gemini quite a bit when it was new because it was really good. But I've just really spent a lot of time just ChatGPT for quite a while now. And it's figuring out what works best for you.
Mhm.
That's all it takes. Um, As we wrap up here, I'm gonna play 2 very short videos. I'm gonna play a little clip. Gary Vaynerchuk did a very interesting talk on CBS Morning show recently, and it was, about his thoughts on AI and changing lives. It's like 5 minutes long, but there's this one part I wanna play because I found it to be quite interesting. It's one of those kinda little thing, he likes to predict, right? And most times he's right with his predictions. I remember when he predicted Snapchat was gonna be big, and I kept thinking, "No way, no way." And it did, it got big. I remember he was all in on TikTok before people really took it seriously for business. It was still the app that people made silly videos dancing and singing, but watch this one little part here.
What's going to happen with AI for sure? I'm positive of this. All of it is going to lead to us having more time for leisure.
I love that.
I think there's a scenario where we go to a 4-day work week because of efficiencies and subsidies from the biggest winners in AI. Could you imagine every stay-at-home mom and dad watching this right now realizing that AI is going to give them 11 hours back a week so that they can spend playing? I'm telling you, everyone's demonizing this. To remind you, electricity was demonized when it first came out. People were worried about losing money.
Yeah.
People are scared of losing their jobs. But the tractor was invented when 80% of us worked on farms 200 years ago, and we found new jobs. This is what always happens. This has been happening.
Yeah.
This is life. And instead of wah, 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 what about let me take control of it? What about all the people that might get inspired by this interview and get a job in 3 years that pays them 3 times more that they're happy about because they took the AI surfboard instead of putting their head in the sand?
Shout out to Gary.
Yeah, isn't that an interesting take he has on that? Because I know a lot of people are just like, it's taking all the jobs and it's,
I'll share in the group. There was a really good article, or I thought it was a good article, on Substack yesterday, and it was called "The End of the Office," and it talks about a lot of the things that are going on. And I will say so, and maybe it's because of the context that he's saying it in, right? But if you no longer have a job and you're staying at home, how are you going to be able to afford to go out and do these things if you don't have money for leisure time activities? That's part of what's in this article. So I get it. If you have money, it might make sense. But when you think about, and I think about more of the younger people, is so if my, stepson lost his job tomorrow because of AI, what is he going to do to bring in an income?
right.
The second part of that is some of these companies that are doing this, well, now maybe we don't need their product or service because we now can't afford it.
Right. Yeah, exactly. I mean, that's how I keep looking at things. It's like this trickle down effect. I mean, Gary's looking at here's the good things that could very well happen because of this. But it's hard to get really positive and look at it that way when it's just, you keep hearing about all the jobs being lost due to AI. And now they're saying there's all these robots being made that are going to do a lot of the assembly type work.
Yeah, Amazon is doing that. And I think the perspective there, though, is as well, it's like there's a lot of jobs where they need people in the trades. I mean, Ford is struggling. They just came out. They need 5,000 people that they can't find to do certain work in their, car business. But I think some of it is, I don't know if we created this thought or younger culture like, oh, well, I don't want to do hard work that involves, I don't know, I'll call it manual labor.
Right.
they feel like it's beneath them, and it's
Right.
like these are jobs paying six figures.
Wow.
You know, electricians, plumbers, all that. It's like, oh, I don't want to do. It's like,
Yeah.
well, what are you gonna do? Nothing and expect the
Right.
government to,
Right.
just allow you to exist? I don't know. It's very fascinating. I don't know what the right answer
But
is. And
that's when Gary would be saying something like, use AI to help you create something new or to get a better job or like use it as this companion to help you. I mean, it was interesting when he made the comparison about electricity because I've heard that one before too. Like in the tractor, like these things
Mhm.
that are so revolutionary, and we look at it and go, that's been amazing in the real world to have these things, but it's different when the way of life is completely different and this thing comes in and it's like, yeah, I mean, so I mean, he did some interesting comparisons for sure, but it definitely gives you a lot to think about.
right. Oh, yeah.
Um,
See, you got a comment. I can't quite see it, but
let's see. Yeah, Gene says Mr. V needs a real life wake up. There's not a single mom dad in the country who will have their newfound 11 hours filled with leisure time. I know. That's why I feel like it is pretty far fetched.
Yep.
It's when the first time I watched that, I'm like, that's
You're
looking
doing
through
the dog sideways, like
he's
what?
looking through the rose-colored glasses. It's like, I don't know if that's really I don't think most people are gonna go for that point of view. But then when he talked about electricity and the tractor, it's like, okay, in the big picture, but how long does it take to get to that place where okay, everybody went from being farmers to other things? Like, how many years or decades or does it take? And the ones that are at the beginning of that are the ones that get screwed.
Well, and I think too, Madeline, it's that whole you're expecting people to make this huge mindset shift.
Yes.
And when you look at what our society, at least we'll call it US society, has had told people for years, and that's why, people like Mike Rowe are so important. It's like you gotta, go to college, get a degree, and get this job in a corporation, and then you're gonna move up the ladder and you're gonna get the gold watch. That doesn't exist anymore.
But that was I mean, we all grew up where that's how our
And we probably
parents
to
and
some extent
grandparents
pushed our kids to that, and now we're like, "Oh, maybe I
right,
shouldn't have
right,
done that."
right, 'cause there was a shift that we're, like, caught in that middle of because, I mean, I remember, and I'm sure all of us here, like, back in the '80s and '90s, even into the 2000s, if you didn't have a college degree, you did not get a decent job. I mean, I it was such a
Unless,
big thing that, like, automatically you're not even considered because you don't have a
Mhm.
college degree.
except that that wasn't the way for the geeks. It wasn't the way for the geeks at
Right,
all.
and
And
see,
that's, um,
100%.
Gates and no way. I got phenomenal opportunities that, I mean, because it wasn't just about your grades. If you were a female back then, it
Mhm.
wasn't, it's very halt and catch fire. I actually was a consultant on, so you got to know. So all of that, and I'm not a Gary Vee fan. Yesterday was National Drink a Wine Day, actually, but he did. I mean, he did get me riled up online clear back when he started because I felt like I wanted to run behind him with a bar of soap and clean out his mouth
I know
every 10
he
minutes.
likes the
And it's
swearing.
like, yeah, and it's like, well, he did it back then. That was really grabbing people's attention that you could do that freely in the public, and
Yeah.
so he was again, grabbing attention. But I watched that video and the Gary Vee video and that, and I thought, some of this he's too far out there, but some of the rest of it was it's something that you should just watch and evaluate for yourself. But I don't think with any of this technology stuff, kids take technology apart. They're always curious and they're just going to make it better, in my opinion. But it's also scarier because we know what they do without proper instruction. So if I were a parent right now with youngsters, it's almost like I need to go to college for that, to keep up with the technology and how to keep it so that it's safe for them and for us in the end.
But what's
Yeah.
interesting, you would think that would be true, but what I found, I had an intern a couple years ago helping me with live streaming. They're not teaching that in college. They're not teaching them how to use these tools to get their message across. It's not like,
Yeah.
even probably in a public speaking class, they're not like, okay, we're going to do one of your public speakings is going to be you doing a Zoom call and having to make a presentation to a group of executives that
Right.
are watching remotely. They're not,
Yeah.
because those professors have never done it.
You're correct.
And I think
Right.
that's part of the to me, that was one of the things when I was an adjunct professor in a master's program talking about operational and logistics and contracting. I had done that where a lot of the instructors had never done it. They talk about it. It's the theory, but it's like execute it. And I think that's where, because of, we'll call it YouTube University, we're able to teach ourselves things. I mean, everything I do right now in the live streaming world, I learned by, kind of to your point, Barb, figuring it out, playing with it, breaking it, watching YouTube videos, asking friends that were doing it. And I think that's the challenge that we have for the future, is people having to understand, but you have to have access
Right.
to the technology. You have to have access to the internet, and that's not necessarily a universal thing. And so that
Right.
creates some disparity.
Absolutely. You're right.
Yeah, this makes
And
for such a great conversation. Oh, sorry, Barb. go
we
ahead.
all are in the United States too, and the educational system we have, it's controlled at the state level and at the federal level. And like what you said, because I go back to those days, and it was like they would get contracts, for the computers and for the software and all of that, and they would be 10 years behind, being sitting there because they didn't have instructions on how to get it started,
Wow.
afterwards. So it was really quite frightening. And I would hate to be a parent right now. I know this, I'd probably listen to my child more. Their exposure and what they're getting, because the child's curiosity, you just can't beat that. I mean, if they could bottle that up, they can keep it.
Right.
If we all could keep that going for a lifetime, it would be great. But it's a scary time for, it's hard to stay calm, actually. That's
Yeah.
one thing I need to do.
Well, we're glad that you join us here each week, because we always have such interesting discussions around all this AI innovation and just trying to stay on top of all these tools. There's so many of them.
Exactly.
But I'm going to be spending a lot more time in Magi because I really like this new version. And as I've said, the last few weeks here on the chat, so many of my friends just keep talking constantly about how much better Claude has been for them. And I'm still going to use my ChatGPT Plus account. That will never change. It is my brainstorming partner. I talk to it all the time. I love it so much for that. But I want to start experimenting with more writing content stuff through Claude. But the beauty is that you can do it all in Magi. And I haven't played with Gemini in a long time for writing. So I love how I could just start one chat in Magi and switch between all the different
Yeah.
LLMs,
Right.
and start with one and then see what the next one thinks, or go to the next one to keep going with, and just build on that. So I'm going to be doing a lot more experimenting with that. I used to do that a couple of years ago. But then I just ended up spending so much time in ChatGPT, and I feel like I'm missing out because the other tools are they're all improving. They're all getting better and better. Pierre says he agrees about Claude is best for writing and programming, but imagery is not his strong suit, right? I'm impressed with how much better images have gotten on ChatGPT, because for quite a while I was just going to Nano Banana for images. because ever since that came out, it's been phenomenal. And then all of a sudden, ChatGPT got just as good, if not better. I think personally, for me, I think it's better
Right. I was
than
very
than
surprised.
yeah. I didn't think anything would top Nano Banana, the Gemini. So yeah, check out Magi. It's a great tool. I need to try to get Dustin to come back on. He hasn't. They're so big now.
He's too big for us.
He's too. I'll see. I'll try. I mean, the last couple of times he came on, he still would come on, but it interfered with one of his regular weekly appointments, one of his regular things, meetings, and so. But he did still come a few times. He was just very limited. But I'll see if I can get him to come back. I go back with him. We have history. We've known each other a long time. But yeah, Magi is an incredible tool. I highly recommend it.
So before wrapping up, or as we wrap up, again, we want them to join your community on Skool, but what time, like we have a hangout, an after show basically of this tomorrow, and what time is that?
I'm so glad you asked. So it's over in the calendar section, and it's going to show my time zone, which is Central. So 2:00 Central is
3
our
Eastern. I'll remember that
3
tomorrow.
o'clock. Yeah, get the time right, Jim. I always tell everybody, go into the calendar on your computer or phone because it'll have your time zone.
Yes.
So do that. So that way you make sure you get. So if you're not in our Skool community, sign up. It's free. Go to my bit.ly link, bit.ly/Madalyn Skool. And this is what we do on Fridays. It's my newer thing where, this Thursday chat is our live public. We're broadcasting right now on Facebook, LinkedIn, YouTube, and X. We're all over the place. And then on Fridays, I wanted to have a separate kind of like more private for our community where we can just hang out and chat. Jim and I have hung out and just chatted about whatever. And then, if I got stuff to show you all or just do some more demos of stuff, I'm going to definitely be doing more Magi demos. So Jean says, this Magi demo has been terrific. Thank you. I'm so glad. Migrating my CGPT work to Claude, etc., may prove helpful. That's good. Thank you so much for joining us, Jean.
I want to give a shout out to Gene because he's been a friend of mine since the 90s. He was one of the internet professionals people. He worked with a congresswoman in our state, and we met under the strangest by fax. We met by fax because I was having to do something, and I accidentally sent her a fax. And it was very profound, needless to say. So he had to call me up. But he is a brilliant man. And
nice. We're glad he's here.
He's had in New Mexico shows on television and public network. And I think he's working something on a project for the state, I think, at this time, if I'm not mistaken.
Awesome. Well, glad Jean's here with us. Thank you for sending them over. Here in our Skool communities where I have that article that I mentioned earlier that Miss Jackson wrote about OpenClaw, and it's fascinating take on all of that and why, as he puts it, it's a legal time bomb. Very, very good. It's a really good read. So I definitely recommend everybody check that out. But yeah, this has been great. Thank you so much for hanging out. Again, we do this every Thursday afternoon for about an hour-ish. I always go over because I can't help it. I always have so many things I want to talk about, and it's fun. This is geeky fun for me. I can't help it. I love it. So yeah, come join us tomorrow in Skool if you can. And if not, we'll be right back here on Thursday. So we'll see you again. Jim and Barb, thank you for hanging out with me today. Appreciate y'all's time.
Thanks for having us.
Welcome.
All right, we'll see y'all soon.